What is going on YouTube? Hit back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to be looking at DueDEX as well as the current coin market cap. Specifically in today's episode, we are going to be focusing on those top cryptocurrencies that we discussed. We're not going to be reviewing an altcoin just in today's video, and I will explain why in a second. But as you guys know or have noticed, hopefully within the markets, you can see that we actually started to pump just a little bit outside what appeared to be some smaller resistance zones that are on the cryptos. Even on Bitcoin, we're starting to actually pump ever so slightly higher than its resistances. Notice though that we have had multiple instances where we have broken above here, and it usually senses or gives out false hope and people buy in, anticipating an even higher run, and ultimately lose out on these massive drops to the downside below it. Otherwise, moving on to the other cryptos, you can see Ethereum. This is probably the only one that's fairly exciting, but is hitting some important resistances now as we, retest, becoming overbought, as well as the fact that it doesn't necessarily look too good just yet. There are some things I do want to discuss in a second though. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Remember to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. Otherwise, if you guys are new, definitely make sure to just subscribe. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. Alright, so as you guys can see, yesterday we made another video which was in response to top 5 altcoins to get you rich in 2020. This was discussing Cardano. Basically, I said we were going to be discussing other cryptocurrencies up until we finally see some sort of action happen within the major cryptos that we were, tracking for the past couple of months. And finally, we are actually starting to see some sort of action follow. Now, before we jump into the video, I just want to once again shout out that I am doing a Crypto TV DueDEX $200 Bitcoin giveaway. The link is in the description down below. 7 ways to enter. You got to be in it to win it. It is completely free, and it is a way for you guys to win at most $200. So definitely make sure to click the link down below and click all these and sign up. Sign up for DueDEX. You have to have a DueDEX account in order to receive the $200 Bitcoin. Otherwise, moving on, you can see that we actually are starting to see some sort of volume flow down into the markets, and that is actually quite astonishing to me specifically, because we haven't seen volume like this in honestly months, or weeks on weeks on weeks. But you can finally see we're starting to see some sort of volume come into the market. I'm actually fairly surprised that we're starting to see Bitcoin at 9,500 and specifically Ethereum at $263. Reason being is I was anticipating resistance to form on these cryptos, and I thought we were going to be pulling down lower. But you can see there's some cryptos that really didn't get affected. You can see XRP really didn't get affected much. You can see it's already at its moving average. It's trading at 59 on the RSI, but the prices really aren't going in any direction. More so, we're literally just flatlined out here. We haven't really broken above this moving average yet. I mean, it is just floating in between it. And you can see it does face a lot of issues with this moving averages. So it's interesting to see that XRP is not really being affected by the slight volume increase that we're seeing in the market, and I wouldn't really focus too much on it. It is still fairly high, which is still interesting, and maybe it's finally hit its bottom, maybe it finally hit its support, and as we've discussed on those other altcoins, maybe it's about time that this coin slowly starts to consolidate back up to 30 cents. Like I said, I've been fairly bearish in the market for a very long time, as you guys know. Market has fallen stagnant across all the cryptos for a very long time, and it is definitely putting at least me and my team into an idea or a thought process that this is going to be a bear market. But as we start to see prices slowly creep up higher, hey, who knows? If we're going to switch bullish, I'm all for it, and we'll be making money regardless of the direction that it hangs out, trends to. But I do believe we could actually start to see the price slowly trickle up to its moving average. It's very, very, very possible we can, go anywhere inside of here. And that would be a very impressive thing. Now, moving on to the other cryptocurrencies, specifically looking at Ethereum, which is the one that has caught my attention most. You can see on Ethereum right now, Ethereum actually managed to break bullish outside of what appears to be a fairly strong resistance. Now, What's interesting enough is what it's doing right now. You can see though that it is getting fairly high on its moving averages. It's getting fairly high on its relative strength indicators. You can see the RSI is about to retest 70 and become overbought. But what's also very interesting is in the fact that it actually managed to kind of consolidate even more so in between this downtrend, and it actually pulled us all the way up to this resistance right here. Now, I do believe this is the top. I'd be very shocked if we go any higher with this. Now, yeah, you could have said this is a run we missed out on, but it went from 240 to 265. So it's a fairly it's a fairly nice jump, definitely one that we could have profited off of. But now we could definitely profit off of the dip downwards as this coin on the weekly starts to hit this resistance, this moving average, one that it hasn't been able to be above in years. I mean, all the way back in 18, over 2 years ago. There's a very high chance it's probably going to be rejected off the moving average and actually start to collapse lower. So this is definitely setting up some good opportunities to start to short Ethereum and the other cryptos, specifically Ethereum. Now that it's hitting this top resistance right here, I do believe it will open up some areas of movement where we could actually start to shorten the market. And you can see that was just Ethereum. So we discussed XRP and Ethereum right now, and I do believe Ethereum is going to head a little bit lower. But Bitcoin is the one that's actually quite funny. You can see Bitcoin only on the daily was fairly, overextended or a little bit overbought. But you can see if I just extend this out, we haven't really done much of anything. I mean, if I just move this up like this, where it's supposed to be, you can see it really hasn't done anything that would have, changed my thought pattern, changed the way I viewed the market. It is still trading fairly bearish. We get a better confirmation of this on DueDEX. You can see DueDEX's downtrend right here. The coin and the price have not yet breached any sort of resistance right here, and it's just been another week of this consolidation, this pain in the butt consolidation that hasn't led the market to move anywhere. And this ultimately doesn't help us out in any way, shape, or form. Litecoin, on the other hand, just slightly broke above its resistance and actually retested its moving average. So it seems like it's just going to trend out of the downtrend. I mean, there was that massive resistance we have drawn out, and now it seems like it's more or less just forming some sort of like channel, which is pretty cool if you ask me, but that's pretty much about it. That's all that we're really seeing this coin move to. I mean, it's hard to find an exact pattern to correlate with. I would say it's something along the lines of this, but we're just kind of getting sandwiched, slowly consolidating down until we see some sort of rejection in price. Now, we are still battling this top resistance. So yes, we did break outside my lines that I have drawn on, which is fair and is okay. I mean, have we broken above here before? Not really, but we've been experiencing a ton of just flatline consolidation. So who knows, maybe at the end of this, like we've discussed, this could be a bullish break to the upside. It would be incredible to see, and we'll justify that by looking at the weekly. Yeah, who knows, actually, now that I'm confident in looking at this, we've seen Zcash break bullish. We've seen Cardano break bullish and swing all the way up to their moving averages on their weekly. It could very well be that Litecoin and some of the other altcoins like Ethereum actually could break bullish and swing up to their moving average. It is definitely very possible. Now that the markets, some of the altcoins are starting to show this, it's definitely a possibility that Litecoin could right now anticipate correction out of this downtrend up to its moving average. It very well could, up to 58, up to 87. So definitely consider that when trading. I mean, it's very easy to capitalize off this too. What you would have to do is just set a stop loss closer to, I would say, $40. And if the price goes below that, you'll take a minimal loss. But ultimately, long term, if we can break outside of this downtrend as we're starting to do, hey, we could easily swing up to $58 to $87, anywhere in between there, as the markets are showing signs of being undervalued, specifically within Litecoin. I'll check out the other cryptos in a second, but Litecoin specifically is showing signs of, being undervalued. Ethereum as well. Ethereum as well is showing undervalue, and you can see it slowly climbed up to its moving average. That's what we're anticipating to happen. XRP undervalued within its weekly, good chance it's going to climb up, but Bitcoin is the only one that I am more worried about switching bearish. It is extremely high. It's extremely above its moving averages. And actually, if we see this cross, this green cross over the red, we might be switching bullish, and I will be, extremely shocked. I haven't seen this market bullish in a very long time, but hey, it is definitely a possibility and something we could consider. It will finally cross over. Like, we haven't seen a green cross over this price ever. Really ever. We saw a bearish cross right there, and this might be the first bullish cross in a very long time. So who knows? I may be actually switching bullish. Otherwise, guys, if you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. This does help support the channel. Follow me on Twitter, CryptoVOfficial, and remember to enter the giveaway. The link is down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.